How is it going, Diablo fans? So I tailored more on my Arc Lash build for Abattoir of Zir, and I have seen a video of like one of these Chinese guys, and I'm gonna link the original video in the description down below. And he kind of incorporated Ice Blades enchantment, and it feels like Ice Blades enchantment is really great tool to use here. I kind of included it into my build, and I also included low life into my build. I don't know if the low life is really required at this point or not. I'm still playing around with this. That's why I'm not going to make this a full build guide yet. I will post the Paragon board, but it is not the best Paragon board. I haven't been able to modify it yet from my previous build, so it still has a lot of burning synergy, while the only burning I can actually apply is Flame Shield. That being said, I can actually apply a lot of burning with Flame Shield, but still I don't think it's like the right thing to do in this build. So I'm really still working on this. That's why I'm just posting the Paragon board and the build guide as the planner link, but I'm not gonna make it a full build guide yet. I will make it a full build guide when I figure it out. I still have some plans for more adjustments and improvements here. For example, I want to try out Lightning Spear, for example, instead of Flame Shield or instead of Frost Armor. I don't know if Frost Armor is required to keep the barrier up or not. I still have to play around with it. If I incorporate Lightning Spear and I can permacast Lightning Spear as well, then I might be able to stay like on 20 to 30 Conjurations active at a time, which is going to be a massive damage buff using Conjuration Mastery passive. But anyway, so let me just talk real quick about what I'm doing in this build. So I'm using Arc Lash as my basic skill, and I'm stacking like a lot of cooldown reduction together with Overflowing Energy and Hectic and Glinting Arc Lash and also the summoned Ice Blades. So putting all that on top of each other along with the cooldown reduction I have on my gear, it pretty much reduces the cooldown of my 4 main abilities, which you see on my skill bar here with like Q, W, E and R. It kind of reduces the cooldown to like the very, very minimum. That allows me to permanently smash those buttons. So like if you like a very relaxed gamer, like this is not for you, right? You gotta smash these buttons like permanently. You don't even look if the cooldown is up or not. You just keep smashing those buttons to use as many cooldowns as possible, to spawn as many Ice Blades as possible, to stack your Conjuration Mastery as high as possible, to get as much damage bonus as possible. Also, with the protection passive, every cast of these skills gives you a barrier. On top of that, the ice armor gives you a barrier. And that's why I incorporated low life tag into this, because you will have a very strong barrier which refreshes multiple times a second, which gives us the opportunity to take advantage of low life damage reduction. I don't know at this point if it's really required or not. As I said, I'm still playing around with it, but right now it already feels great. So with all that cooldown reduction, we obviously have permanent unstable currents up, which helps us to spawn ball lightnings, and we are using the gravitational aspect to make this ball lightnings actually orbit. And furthermore, we use the ball lightning enchant to spawn a lot of ball lightnings, because we are using Arc Lash at a very high attack speed, and we are using Raiment of the Infinite to pretty much Telestomp from like pack to pack, and also like pull the packs into our static ball lightning spawned by the ball lightning enchant. And everything is pretty much stacked on like this cluster of ball lightning enchants and the orbiting ball lightning, which gives us a very high damage output. It is probably still lower than pure ball lightning, don't get me wrong, but I'm getting close to pure ball lightning damage here, and I imagine if I still tail around with this a little bit, I might be able to get to the same damage potential as pure ball lightning has. But I have advantages over this because I have additional cooldown reduction and I have the synergy with the basic skills here. Overall, it is really fun to play this build, but the button smashing also, it's like a little bit of exhausting, so I couldn't probably play this like 4 hours straight. Maybe I would need a different keyboard or something like that, or maybe I would need like a macro which like basically presses all the buttons. But the way you play it is essentially you hold down your left mouse key like all the time, which will cast the Arc Lash, and then pretty much you only move by using teleport. Like you can move like the regular way, but it's probably not even worth it. So hold down your left button, smash like the other 4 buttons all the time, cast Unstable Currents on cooldown, and just try to hit the mobs with Arc Lash, and everything keeps continuing. The only downside of this build is if you are actually at low life and you don't find a pack for an extended period of time, you have to be careful with the engage. because these are going to smash you. Like, you could either chuck potions and get to full life again and then start over without the low life, and you usually would engage with Flame Shield, Teleport and Unstable Currents up, then it's usually no problem. But it takes like 1 to 2 seconds for the cooldown reductions from the Ice Blades and everything to build up. So you gotta get used to it like a little bit. Like, if you engage with all skills on cooldown and without unstable currents and you don't have the proper cooldown reduction up yet, it's gonna be problematic and you might die. Anyway, that's just a quick rundown of this build. I hope you liked the video. Make sure to check the planner in the description down below. And as I said, I'm still working on this and I will try to get like a full build guide with the final build out as soon as possible. I'm also trying to push this to tier 15. If I can't make it to tier 15, I will probably like do some more farming now with the buff Glyph XP, and then we'll see how far we go. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Stay tuned for the upcoming full guide of this build.